following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Hit the arcs. You ready for Mr. Talbot?
Yeah, I'll get him. I want to talk to him about the scene.
Right.
Chuck? 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 Operator, this is Kevin Grant from the Making War set. Get Dr. Reynolds down here right away. Charles Talbot's dressing room. Right. And get me an outside line, please.
Hello. Yes, Kevin, make it quick, though, will you? I'm on the way out.
Charles Talbot has just collapsed in his dressing room.
Is it bad?
I couldn't find a pulse, John. I've called for a doctor to get down here right away.
Where's Vicky? Didn't she work tonight?
No, I finished her close-ups earlier. I've already let her go.
Well, see if you can locate her. And keep everything under wraps till I get there.
The doctor's in with him now.
He's dead. A massive coronary, apparently.
Absolutely no warning. He was in great shape, clowning around as usual. Must have hit him like a gunshot.
Well, I suppose that's something to be grateful for. Thank you, Doctor. Kevin. Any word from Vicky?
According to her houseman, she's out having dinner with friends. She should be home early. She's got a 6 o'clock call tomorrow morning.
I want you to keep the company working. Shoot background, shoot anything. Not a word of this to anyone. And tell the doctor the same thing, will you? It's a big story. Can't keep it cool for long, but I want to reach Vicky before she has a chance to hear the news.
Hello, Nino.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. One of Hollywood's most loved...
The boss saw the dailies and hated him. That's why he's here. How are you, Nino?
Fine, Mrs. Talbot.
hello, John. What a nice surprise. My, how handsome we look. Fix your drink.
No, thank you, Vicky.
I told Nino you saw the dailies and hated them. Nino's in one of his dark Latin moods. Scotch, right? If I knew you were coming, I would have cooled some champagne. Now, I've had some, but you can see that, can't you?
Vicky.
Know what else I've had? A little flirtation with a rather young buck. Had me scared for a minute. You old prude, you disapprove. Chuck doesn't. In fact, he thinks it's necessary for actresses to take a reading now and again to see if they still register. Now that's professional. And he'll be proud to know that indeed I still do. In fact, what's the matter with you?
Vicky, now you hold tight. I've got something to tell you.
Oh, boo, how serious we big studio executives are. Well, I'm glad I didn't marry you. Don't you think it was rather clever of me to have married Chuck instead?
Vicky, Chuck is dead. Mrs. Howard suddenly. Kevin found him in the dressing room. I'm so sorry, but...
That's what I heard. Oh, no, not another pill.
Your doctor ordered it.
Let him take it.
Please, Miss Nelson.
Mrs. Talbot.
Mrs. Talbot, I'm only doing...
Oh, I'm sorry. I know. You're only doing your job.
Thank you, Mrs. Nelson. Oh.
I saw that.
Oh, John. Thank you for the flowers. You're the first human being I've seen. They're all going mad here, running around with their little pills and needles. What are they trying to do to me?
You are being treated for shock.
Wasn't in shock until I woke up in this hospital amongst all these strangers in white uniforms. John, please get me out of here. I've got so much to do. The funeral and the service.
That's all taken care of.
Of course, and it's going to be big.
Chuck was a big man.
Well, I won't have it. Just a quiet farewell with a few friends. No cameras, no TV, no flash bulbs, no morbid crowds of gawking strangers, and no instant best friends. But when I ever see them again.
You have to leave your lovely home for that and give up Hollywood.
Just acting. I'm giving it up forever.
What will you do?
Sleep till noon. Read French novels. Devour tons of chocolates and get fat.
Fat. Not a chance. You eat like a fullback and nothing sticks to your ribs. That's why you photograph so sensationally.
John, it's so dreadful. It's like being caught in some terrible nightmare and not being able to wake up.
Yes, I know. Hey, listen. I know the grief. And I know that no one can really share that with you. I've been there before, you remember?
Yes, I've been thinking about you. It's been 6 years since Julie died, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, John, it doesn't make any sense. Your wife, my husband, 2 beautiful people and so young. Why? You're smart. Tell me why.
Oh, no one's that smart.
Hi.
sorry about the picture.
That doesn't matter. Come on.
Yes, it does. I know what hopes you had for it.
Well, don't you worry about that.
Such a good story. Maybe you can shoot it with someone else someday.
I tell you what, I'd rather do another picture with you.
Did you hear that, Vicky?
No. I'm giving up acting. I'm retiring. I'm kicking the habit.
I suppose you're quite sure about that.
Positive.
Seems such a shame. See such an extraordinary talent go to waste.
Chuck was the key to that talent. Before I met him, I was nothing. Now he's gone, I'm nothing again. Fellas, spare me your pity. I'm fine. Listen, I want you both to go. Visiting hours are over. Please, Joe.
I'm going to finish the picture.
You can't be serious.
Got $2.5 million sunk into it, Kevin.
You're covered by insurance. You're not going to lose a dime.
No, you're wrong. I'm not covered. Chuck couldn't pass the physical because of his heart condition. I knew about it, and I gambled on it. I'm going to finish the picture.
Without Chuck, how?
Come on, Kevin. You know how it's been done before. When Tyrone Power died halfway through the film, they finished that picture, and it worked. Not just for the audience, but for the company also.
Oh, look, things were different then, John. Pictures were different. Fairy tales. I mean, today everything is truth. Real, sharp truth. Today's audiences do not want to be fooled. They smell a trick and you've lost them.
Oh, come on, Kevin. Motion pictures are made up of tricks. Nobody makes love to the camera. Nobody bleeds ketchup. Naval battles are not fought in a tub. And tricks are the tools of the trade.
They don't replace actors.
Yes. I don't want this picture just finished. I want it saved. Now you have enough film in the can. Get yourself a photo double, Chuck.
Oh, fine. That takes care of him. What about Vicky?
What about her?
Oh, look, John, I can shoot all day over the back of a double. At whom? I need Vicky. I can't save the picture without her, and you heard her just say that she's given up acting forever.
You just let me know when you need her. Get things going, I'll deliver Vicky.
You know that Saigon Cafe scene you didn't finish?
Yeah.
I have an incomplete take here I want you to look at. I think we can use it.
Okay.
Scene 20, take 5, speed.
All right, settle down, everybody.
That's enough. Why is it that she doesn't ever sweat?
Because she's perfect.
If the actor and actress would like to act...
Here, hold that for me and don't smoke it.
And now, if all of us are ready...
Go, Chuck.
Rotten business, Ward.
I hope you're not going to send that line in. It's been used before.
You don't like my copy?
I think it's just dandy. What are you doing out here dressed like a plumber? If you want to be a foreign correspondent, why don't you go to Paris? This is no place for a classy wench like you.
Why not?
Oh, because
Because why?
Because I have forgotten the next line, that's why. Where's my cigarette, huh? Got it. Thank you.
Son of a gun. If he could. Couldn't give a bad reading even when he blew the line.
Quit it, will you? I've been bawling all day. Looking at miles of film. Chuck Talbot was here, in this room. I can't believe he's dead.
Oh, you can believe he's dead, all right. And it's our job to keep him looking alive. At least for a while.
Right. Well, can you use this film up until he blew?
Yeah. I can finish it shooting over the back of a double. I am going to need one big headshot of him, though.
We'll make it in the lab. A blow-up of his head that fills the whole screen. Dub his unfinished lines with a voice double and play them over close-ups of Vicky.
Close-ups of Vicky. I frankly don't think that there's going to be any Vicky to shoot close-ups of.
Well, I guess I owe you my Queen Anne clock. I didn't think you had a chance of winning, but I don't know how you did.
Because you let me, that's how I did.
Oh.
But I'm not proud. I've wanted that clock ever since you outbid me for it, which was not very gallant of you in the
I've
first
never
place.
tried to be gallant.
And you've succeeded admirably. Oh, that's rotten of me. I'm really grateful you dragged me out this morning. I'm enjoying it.
So am I. You know, I really enjoy riding, but I rarely go because I don't like to ride alone. Why don't you and I make a regular date of it, say, twice a week? Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Put her there, partner.
But it won't get you anywhere.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to change my mind about acting.
Well, have I asked you to?
Not yet, but I have a feeling I'm being worked on. John, I've known you for a long time, and I'm getting signals.
Oh, ho, ho. What signal?
Oh, I suppose you had nothing whatsoever to do with the rumors in the trades that I might come back and finish the picture.
My goodness, now, what do you take me for?
An underhanded, unscrupulous, brilliant executive who always gets what he wants.
That's fairly accurate.
Not this time, Mr. B. Set your traps, I'll take your bait. I adore that clock, but you won't catch me.
You wouldn't believe it, Katie. I used to take pictures of clouds, waves, birds. I got a whole reel on a crazy blue jay that tried to evict me from my apartment.
Could you turn around, please? Walk towards us.
Now I shoot battlefields, burning villages and people with crazed, pleading, frenzied eyes.
That'll be all. Thank you.
I've been doing a Talbot impression for years now. Everybody says I look like him.
We'll be in touch with your agent. Thank you. Mr. Smith. This is Casey Smith. This is Mr. Grant.
Hi, Casey.
It's a pleasure.
Would you like to see the film once more before you read?
Yes, it would help.
Let's grab a seat on that stool.
Please, roll it once again.
Sure. You wouldn't believe it, Katie, but I used to take pictures of clouds and waves, birds. I got a whole reel on a crazy blue jay that tried to evict me from my apartment. Now I shoot battles, burning villages, and people with crazed, pleading, terrified eyes.
Good, that's enough. Thank you.
You'll hear from us, Mr. Smith.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye.
Well, have you liked any of them so far?
Yeah, the third one. Frankly, I don't remember who he was.
I do. You know, the last one wasn't bad.
Casey? No, it's quite good. I tell you what, why don't you put a hold of both of them, but we'll keep them looking.
Okay. Oh, let's try it.
Yes, Mitch, what do you want of me?
Nothing. Just a few letters for you to sign.
What's up?
No luck?
Oh, we'll get a double. I'm not worried about that. I'm a lot more worried about Vicky. It's rough to work so hard on something that may never come off. No Vicky, no picture.
Thank you. That's good.
Thank you, Frank.
Excelente. If I do say so myself.
You always said so yourself. You know you were crazy. We were stone broke, hot dogs and beans for dinner, and cerise flambée for dessert.
That was our soul food. We needed a dash of elegance in those days.
Those days.
You ever regret them?
No, not for a moment. It was so natural,
So inevitable.
like growing up.
Yes, and it was. For both of us.
Guess that's why the ending was so painless. I told Chuck all about it. Did you ever tell Julie?
No.
Guess I was taking a chance. But Chuck understood. He was happy for me that I'd had those good years. He was so wonderful. I don't think anybody knew how wonderful he was.
You knew.
I loved every moment.
When two people are happy together, really happy, they have more moments in a month than most people have in a lifetime.
They were too few. It's chilly out here. Do you mind if we go inside? There's something I want to tell you.
Oh, well, you've told me that over and over.
I'm going away.
Oh, where?
Europe, south of France.
When?
Immediately, as soon as I can make arrangements. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, madam.
What are you running away from, Vicky?
Nothing. I've had a fabulous offer to do my autobiography. I thought it would be pleasant to work in the same villa where Chuck and I stayed last summer.
Thank you. Wait 10 years.
Why?
Because you're not ready to do your autobiography yet. You still have a lot of living to do.
Living? My living ended when Chuck died. Gave everything I am to him. There's nothing left of me anymore. Don't worry, I'm not going to take an overdose. I'm not the type.
You know I won't let you go.
You can't stop me.
Well, can't I? I have a signed contract with you. You will either honor it or fight it out in court.
Oh, John, come off it. Bluffing was never your forte.
Yes, you're right. I was bluffing. But how is this for straight talk, Vicky? I won't let you go. Because I need you to finish the picture.
And I was right. You were setting me up. Every time you came here, everything you did and said in the name of friendship was for one purpose, to get me back to work for you.
Yes. Because this picture has elements in it that are really quite remarkable, Vicky. I will not see it go down the drain. Every department at the studio has been breaking their back on this film. They've been working overtime, patching it together. It has been slow going, but now with imagination and finally with inspiration, something marvelous is emerging. But it will not hold together without you, Vicky.
Will you get out of here?
Listen, I've never made a bad Talbot film. I've always been on top of the dailies, you know that. Any footage that wasn't exactly right, I reshot it at my expense.
And you were well repaid in box office dollars, my dear.
I cannot reshoot Chuck scenes now. My only cover is to cut away to you. Now, what you want me to do? Get down on my knees?
Get out of here.
All right. I'm going. I'll get along without you then if I have no choice. It will not be a classic. It will draw in the morbid customers, however, and I can recoup my negative cost. In spite of Chuck's bad performance.
Chuck's what performance?
His bad performance in at least 5 scenes which you're forcing me to put on the screen. He stinks.
You're lying.
Am I? Well, you listen to this. Chuck was a sick man. He might have been able to hide his condition from you, but not from me. He did not pass the insurance physical. Now, you tell me what man in his right mind starts a top-budget film with no star insurance. I did. Would you like to know why? Because Chuck pleaded with me. He begged me to give him what might be his last film.
John, please don't release it.
I have no choice. Now, it's up to you whether Chuck is seen as he ought to be, or he's left with an image of a lousy actor.
All right! I'll do it. But I'll never forgive you for this. And I'll never speak to you again as long as I live.
You'll get your work schedule on Monday morning.
Are you all right, Mr. Bracken?
Yes, I'm fine.
Good morning. Help yourself to some coffee. Oh, thank you.
How far are you in the recutting and the lab work?
Quite far. In fact, we're about ready for Vicky.
Well, you can call her anytime you want her. Make it soon. Not later than Wednesday.
Wednesday? That means working around the clock.
You better not waste any time. Get going.
I owe you an apology, John. I thought you were going to tell me that Vicky wouldn't be available. What did you do, twist her arm?
No, I broke it.
All right, let's go over it one more time. You're in bed, feverish, lights out. She knocks. You roll over and turn the light on. Remember, use your left hand. He was left-handed. And on your line, come in. I'm decent. Sit up. You'll be shooting across your back one time. You got it? Okay.
You ready to rehearse?
Yeah.
Want me to get this?
No, let me get her myself.
Here she comes.
Good morning, Miss Nelson.
Good to see you back, Miss Nelson.
Hi. Baby, it's okay.
All right, let's get to work. We're not going to do much today. Just a master shot with Casey and some coverage on you. Now, after you make your entrance, I think you should come to these marks, because I don't think you go to him at this point. So stay here throughout the scene. Hey, I know this isn't going to be easy for you.
I'm fine. I just want to meet him.
Vicky, this is Casey Smith. Casey, Vicky Nelson.
How do you do? Nice to meet you, Mr. Smith.
I'm sorry.
Listen, let's not rehearse. I know my lines. I'm sure Mr. Smith knows his. Let's go for a take.
Yeah, why not? It's an easy scene. Barry, let's try one.
All right, settle up, boys. This will be a take. Belt, please.
Your line? All right, Barry.
Quiet now. Roll them.
Scene 143, take one. Speed.
All right, settle, everybody. Action. Vicky,
I'm all right, Kevin.
go. Who is it?
The mountain coming to Mohammed.
Come in. I'm decent.
You used to offer me a beer.
I never knew mountains liked beer.
Still quick with the snapper and still roasting my copy. In some ways, you haven't changed at all. I'm sorry.
Cut it. What's the trouble, Al?
too sharp too soon. I have no place to build.
Yeah, well, maybe you're right.
Then why didn't you stop me?
Because I wanted to see you play it out, because maybe it was going to be interesting. Look, why don't you stick to the acting and let me call the cuts, huh?
Yes, sir.
Good girl.
Save that for me, will you?
No. No, no!
Cut.
See what he did, Kevin? He did exactly what Chuck used to do. Why did he have to do it? That's too much.
Look, you want to call it quits for today?
No, I can do it. I can do it.
All right, but we'll start with your close-ups. So go get your face fixed. Now.
You used to offer me a beer.
I didn't know mountains like beer.
Still quick on the trigger. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Do it again. We're still rolling. Didn't know mountains like beer.
Still quick with a snapper and still roasting my copy. In some ways, you haven't changed at all.
Changed?
Don't play games with me.
Hold it, Vicky. Give me a little bit more right there. And then on your next line, you can pull back inside. And on your last speech, pop, let it all out. Okay? Changed?
Don't play tricks on. Damn it.
It's all right. We're still rolling. Changed?
Don't play games with me. Everything's changed suddenly. I got interested in you because you were straight and direct and no deceptions.
All right, here it is. I have another girl, a French girl who's lived in Saigon since Dien Bien Phu.
I think you're lying.
I'm afraid I'm not.
There is no French girl and there's no other girl. There's just a sick man, a terribly sick man, who's trying to play the hero and who's trying to get rid of his only girl because he doesn't want her to get too committed so she won't get hurt when he ends up in a Hong Kong hospital for a long, long time. Well, it will not work, my friend. You're stuck with me. Me.
Now, that's cut.
Print, Kevin, please. I have nothing more to give you.
All right, that's a print. Barry, wrap it up for the day. Okay, wrap it up. All right, that's a wrap, boys.
I know how difficult this is, Vicky. Evan, you're absolutely right. The thing that's hurting us is it's a lack of conviction. It's a lack of fire in everything she says and does.
How much did you run?
Every foot of film since Chuck's death. You're looping with Vicky today, aren't you?
Yeah, in a little while.
All right. Now I want you to lay it on the line. You tell her where she stands. She's been an actress for a good long time. She's heard criticism before.
Look, John, she already knows I'm disappointed. I can't exactly beat her with a stick now, can I? I will pull as much emotion out of her as I can. Frankly, I don't think that she has much left.
Do you think we're overreacting? That we're affected as much by Chuck's absence from the film as she is? That nothing she does will please us since he's gone?
No. No, I think we're being reasonably objective, if objectivity is possible.
You know, this business about Chuck holding the key to her talent's nonsense. She's got the key to her talent. And she put it on film long before she met Chuck. Kevin, I want you to get everything that you can out of her today.
Well, you know that I will. I better go check on her loops. I'll see you later.
All right. Beverly?
Yes, sir?
Who's handling the special editing on the Talbot footage?
Joan Elliott, Mr. Bracken.
Get her up here right away, will you?
Yes, sir. Mr. Bracken, Miss Douglas would like to see you for a moment.
Send her in. Paulette, come in. Sit down.
Thank you.
Mr. Bracken, I'm sorry about Chuck Talbot's death. I know what it means to you personally.
Yes, very kind of you.
Mr. Bracken, they want me very much.
The answer is no. I've told your agent no. There's no chance. I will not have a talented player from this studio go to another to play that particular part in that particular script.
Sir, I know it's only 2 scenes, but the whole thing is about today, and it's something I can identify with, and I know I can do a good job.
And I know the script. It is simply a copy of one of last year's hits.
But I'm not doing anything here right now.
Paulette, I have explained this to you before. I think I know better what is right or wrong for you at this particular moment. At least that's the impression I got from the contract that I signed and that you signed. Paulette, please believe me. This part will not show you off to advantage. And it does not fit into the plans I have for you here.
I understand, Mr. Bracken.
I want to stay with you. A few days, a few weeks, a few months. Let's try it again.
You want to take a break? Go for a walk by yourself? It's been a long session.
Let's get it over with.
We said it all, Kate. Now let me pack. I don't want to miss that plane. You're making something melodramatic out of this. I just picked up a little bug, that's all. It happens to strangers in a strange land. Don't kill me off yet, Kate. I've got a lot of years left.
Paul, I want to be in Hong Kong when the doctors give you their diagnosis. And I want to be standing right next to you. I want to stay with you for a few days, a few weeks, a few months. Because you see, if I'm not with you and it happens, it happens. What's left of me, they won't even be able to call human. I'm going with you, and there's not anything or anyone that can stop me. It's all right with me.
Vicki, I have to have more gut feeling from you. I have to have it.
I think you better stick with the original track.
Kill a loop, please. Look, love, the only point of doing these loops is performance.
We started this scene when Chuck was... You liked my performance then?
Yes, I did. I thought it was just right.
Well?
All right, Vicki, all right. After Chuck died, ever since you come back, your performance has been detached.
Strange. Wonder how that happened.
So we have to go back to this. We have to go back and punch up a scene that doesn't work anymore.
I don't know what to do to make it work.
Look, love. Up to this point of the story, you've been underplaying. If you explode right here, the audience will understand why. They'll understand that you've been covering up deep emotional feeling.
All right, but there's no point in you reading Chuck's lines.
Well, you have to be cute. Someone has to read Chuck's lines.
Don't want me to hear his voice, huh? Is that compassion or the best way to handle me?
Roll a loop. This'll be a thing. We've said it all, Kate. Now let me pack. I don't want to miss that plane. You're making something melodramatic out of this. I just picked up a little bug, that's all. It happens to strangers in a strange land.
If you want an opinion, Mr. Bracken, this is one dirty trick.
I didn't ask for an opinion. Now that you've voiced one, I agree with you completely.
Don't kill me off yet, Kate. I've got a lot of years left.
Paul, I want to be in Hong Kong when the doctors give you their prognosis. Not even beginning to match the lip movement.
All right, kill it.
Any words of wisdom?
Yeah. Vicki, these guys are technical geniuses. They can do anything. They can pull your words together. They can push them apart. Now, I don't want you to be quite so concerned about matching. What I need from you is raw feeling. That's the whole reason for being here. And it doesn't make sense to keep going over it and over it and over it again. You're a gifted actress.
Gifted. Is that really the word? Fine, Vicky. Very good. Very, very fine, Vicky. Shouldn't have been terrible, Vicky. You're rotten, Vicky. You've lost it.
I meant just exactly what I said. Gifted actress. Look, Vicky, that speech has to be a cry, a plea, a prayer, a command, all wrapped up into one.
Why don't you give me the reading?
Because I've learned that actors' feelings are the only feelings to be exposed, not mine.
You've learned that, huh?
Yeah, I've learned that.
Listen to me. I've worked with the great directors, and you're just beginning to discover what they knew and discarded years ago.
Why don't we talk about the speech?
You know why we're here trying to fix my performance? Because you're a lousy director, and lousy directors get lousy work. In the world, I'm supposed to be any good with you reading my cues. You're a rotten actor, too.
All right, Vicky. I'll give you one of the best actors in the history of Hollywood. Now, let's see how good you are. That's a take, Kevin.
Roll it.
We've said it all, Kate. Now let me pack. I don't want to miss that plane. You're making something melodramatic out of this. I just picked up a bug, that's all. It happens to strangers in a strange land. Don't kill me off yet, Kate. I've got a lot of years left.
Paul, I want to be in Hong Kong when the doctors give you their prognosis. I want to stand right next to you. And I want to stay with you. For a few days, for a week, for a month. Because if I'm not with you and it happens, it happens. What's left of me, they won't even be able to call human. I'm going with you, and there's not anything or anyone that can stop me.
That's pretty.
You miserable, conniving, scheming, reprehensible louse. Thank you.
John? We'll have a final answer print back from the lab in a day or two so we can set the preview date.
Well, you don't have to have a preview to know you have a smash hit in your hands, do you? Here. Try your speed reading on that.
What is it?
Maybe Vicki Nelson's next flick.
Was she doing that?
I guess so. She sent me the book. She wants you to direct it.
I've been doing a little snooping, John. I found out a couple of things. I found out that Century Pictures did, in fact, have insurance on Chuck Talbot.
Did they?
Yeah. And that you could have scrubbed the picture after Chuck died without incurring any loss to the studio whatsoever. Tell me, Mr. Bracken, what were your real motives for finishing the picture? What were you really trying to save? The picture or the lady?
The picture. Now get the hell out of here. I'm busy.
Yes, sir.